Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the globe. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm your host. Tonight we will be talking about real estate investment challenges faced by those who are involved in buying and selling real estate. What are the challenges? What are the main important issues that you must recognize and work on it? There are a couple of things. It has to do with the bank loans. It has to do with the down payment. It has to do with the purchasing the property and managing the property, and also money tying up with the investment. Obviously, depending on the period that you hold the property, valuation, and then exit strategy, how to dispose of the property. So when you are thinking to invest a property, even though when you buy a property for your home, to shelter your family, it is also investment property. You have to do same thing in terms of getting a loan from the bank, or you are investing. When you are investing, there are different strategies. So what is so important? Why people go to bank to get a loan? At what stage? When you are making a buying decision to buy a property, to invest, so you have to think about that. Are you buying it to live in as a matrimonial home? Are you buying it to rent it? Are you buying from resale, or you buying from a builder? Are you a renovator who buys the property, fix and flip? So there are all scenarios. The most important thing in all this, the first step that you have to take is getting a loan from the bank. Loan. When you are dealing with a bank, why people go to the bank? Because bank has a deep pocket. They can provide you money for your projects, small to large project. If you are investing in a new home, we're talking about mostly residential. But if you are a developer, you are looking into develop a site, creating a subdivision. Then you are a builder, you're going to provide services and you're going to build the house, site plan, amendments, zoning. So list goes on. It all depends on the type of loan is required. In order for you to qualify for mortgage, the bank always look at you at how you are managing your resources that you have. It has a lot of factor. In terms of your income, they look at the income, they look at your credibility, your score, and you have some history, and you also have a good credit record. That means you are a responsible borrower. So especially if you are investing a property, you're buying a property, so you can see if you are buying from a builder, you remember you cannot get a rebate, HST rebate or GST rebate that you normally get for principal residence. So that means you will be paying that money. And then you have to apply for the rebate if you plan to rent the property. So there are different scenarios. So bank look at them. What is your plan? What is your budget? What is your forecast? They look at your income, what you expect if it's an investment property. Are you planning to rent it? Or are you planning to flip it? Are you going to give assignment before closing? These are the quite a few questions that you go on. I just did two sale, new construction. So the buyer wants to have assignment clause in there, and the buyer also arrange mortgage because they already have finances. They secure the funding. So this is why it's important to talk to your bank or a lender, because your financing costs will differ. If you go to the A bank or a lender and you go to the B lender, which is a little bit other than the banks, then you have a private lending. depending on where you go for financing, what is your project. So you start from dealing with the lender, arranging a financing, mortgage, loan to buy it. So this is the first important step that you have to take, is when you are thinking of investing, to make sure you go to the bank and you go and provide them information. If it's an investment property, they will want to see your financial statement, sometime audited or something. Sometime if you are working with the same bank, you have a relationship, they have a history of you, so they can lend you money at a very good rate as compared to going to the B lender. When you go to the B lender, you might have to pay a fee, a brokerage fee or a lender fee, because mortgage broker, I'm also principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage Inc. When we deal with the banks, our finder fee is given by the bank. But if we go to B lender or a private lender, we charge our client a fee, a nominal fee for processing and securing the loan. And it is costly, it's expensive when you go to the B lender as compared to A lender, which is normally bank or credit unions. You will be paying a fee. So that's why when you are an investor, you think about how my loan that you want to secure is viable. Because this also has to do, if you're going to buy it, retain it, sell it, flip it, or whatever stage, that there is a period that you want to keep, because bank wants to know what you're going to do with this property. If you are buying it and you're going to rent it, lease it, or flip it, they need to know all of that, because they are giving their money to you. So they want to make sure. So when you are thinking of buying investment property, make sure you have a tax return, your T2 is a corporate notice of assessment, and T2 is a corporate tax return information. If you're a self-employee, then it's going to be a little bit different, because they want a T1 with all the details. So it's all go very specific to each person who is applying. So if you have any question, you can reach out to me. I can guide you, because I'm also licensed principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage Inc. So this is the scenario. So when you are buying a property, you're going to go there. Let's assume right now we are arranging a mortgage or a loan. You have done your homework. You have made life easy, because coronavirus, you just can't go out and put an offer on a property and then you go through this lengthy process, and sometimes deal doesn't work out because your mortgage was not approved. You did not get a kind of pre-approval. That means you are capable of arranging financing. There are requirements now by the listing brokerage and the sellers to show us a copy of your pre-approval or something to show that you are a serious buyer. Because this is very important when you want to go out and because sometimes there's a competing offers going on in a smaller scale level housing, where the seller will lose opportunity to sell somebody else if you are not able to secure your mortgage. So most important thing is getting a loan from the bank. So bank or lender, B lender, or alternate lending. So this is very important to do your homework and get that loan pre-approved. Because when you have approved loan, the issue will come to you, second step, down payment. How you going down payment for your purchase that you're buying it? Let's assume you already have a house. This was your investment property. And you have saving that you're going to use to pay down towards second property. Mostly second property, you have to put 20% down, conventional mortgage. If you're self-employed, you have to put 35% down payment. In order to have an investment property to self-carry itself, you're looking at 36 to 40% based on the rental of a property on a city or a location. Your realtor can help you to check the rates where you're buying the property. Do not jump into the property and buy it unless you've done your groundwork. It's very important to have a successful transaction. Not only you get your approval, step one loan, but also arrange down payment. If you have a down payment that you have from your saving, then you have won the half the battle. Because if you depend on your family member, parents, brother and sister, or spouse to give you the money, and that's a loan, it will reduce your ability of the value that you're going to get approved by the lender, which is bank or B lender. Because any loan that you borrow from family or friends is counted toward your leverage, because they're not going to give you, because that's your obligation. It's a debt, it's a liability, because you have to give it back. So as we continue our conversation, I'm going to pick up the first call. Good evening, you're welcome. Live Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. We lost it. So we continue conversation on this. So this is why it's very important to you make sure you have a down payment. Lots of buyers, sometimes they think they can borrow money against the line of credit and then secure mortgage. But when you take the money from line of credit, actually you are borrowing that money against your equity in the house. So you have to pay that. You will be paying interest on it. Now let's say you take out 20% from line of credit, so your mortgage amount will increase by the amount you borrow from your home equity line. That means your mortgage payment will increase because you borrow more money. Mortgage is on one side. If you have a home equity line, that means you created a more obligation. So you have more debt, not only existing mortgage, but also mortgage for the extra loan that you borrowed. Now you went to the bank, say, give me another 80%. So it's 100% financing. Some bank will not allow you to borrow money against your home equity line to buy the house. They want you to have saving. Some cases, if you have a good equity in the house, you can take out the money and you put in your personal account, and then you start paying down your line of credit, and then you have a separate account where you have this money that become your money. And then when bank is looking at your total liability, they will say, okay, mortgage and line of credit equal this much debt, this much you qualify, and this is what we can give you the mortgage. Normally, if you have increased your debt through line of credit, you have increased your liability. Even though you have equity in there, because this is the amount that you borrowed. So it's very important to think about strategy of how you're going to get this down payment and make sure that you are able to secure that funding. You have from saving, you have a RSP, you have a other saving program, tax-free saving plans, that you can take this money because this is your money that you have. So this is why it's very important. So you got your mortgage pre-approved or approval, you already got your down payment, so you are really prepared to go out and do hunting. And who is the best person to help you in this coronavirus environment to help you find a property that meets your goals? You need to talk to a licensed real estate agent, real estate broker, or a realtor salesperson who is licensed to practice in the province of Ontario. Because now coronavirus prices have gone up and down, there's a lot of work required. Now, when you are buying a property, it's a very lengthy process of buying a property. You are not only buying a property, you are buying investment property. So are you using an income approach? Again, that means if you are buying a property, you have a loan, you have a mortgage payment, you create a small sheet. What are my income and what are my expenses? What is my gross income, net income. And that's what tell you that how much you are taking home. Should this money cover the mortgage, property taxes, and maintenance during the period that you're going to hold this property? So this is why it's very important. Most cases, investment property, if you are buying and you're going to rent them, because this is the appropriate way to keep the property for a couple of years. It can not only by you paying the mortgage. The mortgage payment has a portion of equity, principal going in. So 35 to 40% of your mortgage payment, monthly or weekly or bi-weekly, it has that component. It start reducing your mortgage loan, and principal will increase because you're going to have more equity in the house. So basically, if you hold the property for 3 years, so let's assume you started with 600,000. Now maybe it's 550 left. That means 50,000 you have paid over 5 years period. As a principal, you have paid through mortgages, or some you paid some double payments, or you have on anniversary you put 10%. It all depends on you. So this is why when you are buying a property, you have to ask the realtor to make sure he checks out the rental in the area. Sometimes you have properties, they are rented to students. Students have a year program, and bank may or may not like that. They will use the market rent a house can bring you. Because sometimes these houses are not legally allowing a multiple residency in a single dwelling. So this is why it's very important to talk to your city or town to look at your zoning bylaws. Talk to them. Is this house is zoned for multiple or is zoned for student occupancy or not? This is very important for you because you want maximize your rental income, because one side you will have a fixed, you have to pay mortgage, you have to pay property taxes, you have to pay maintenance. If you are giving to one family, then mostly all utilities are paid by the tenant. Then Tenancy Residential Act will come into the picture. You need a property manager depending on the number of units or houses or building you have. So it's a very complex matter. They need to be verifying information before they rent the property. And there's a lot of issues, privacy issues, make sure that property credit is checked, a good person is taking possession of a property. So it varies from individuals to individuals, a small building, duplexes, triplexes, or big building with lots of units in it. So this is why it's very important. What you want to do is to make sure the area that you bought the property, it is suitable for good rental in that area, because when you have all the income specified, you are projecting it. Because if you have a vacancy more than 20-25%, you're going to end up putting more money from your pocket. That's why it's very important to verify the income and see how the rental income is coming there, because this is going to be investment property. Now, the other thing is to controlling the maintenance, management of the property, paying the property taxes, snow removal, landscaping. These are costs that you have to consider, and insurance. If you hire a property manager, then you have to pay a fee to the property manager, depending on number of units that you're doing. And then you say, this is my expenses, this is my income. Am I making money or not? If you are making money, that's a good decision. You may end up paying a little bit more money down payment, maybe 50% down payment. If you can do that, then you don't have to put any money from your pocket. So two things are happening. Because you are keeping the property for a longer period of time, because you expect to have escalation. Look what happened. Coronavirus impacted us, property was not selling, inventory went down, and look how much competitive bids are happening right now. So July, August, September, price going up. We have shared the report with you already. So that's why it's very important for you to verify the rental income, and you use conservative approach because bank will get that. So that's because you went through that process, you did the work, you work with a realtor who's professional. He will help you to get that information so you have income, and then you have expenses, and you are making money, and that money is enough to carry the house, to pay the mortgage, taxes, and insurance, and snow removal, depending on the size. So this is why it's very complex. And also when you are thinking about a property, again, it's all depends your strategy. Are you buying from the builder? Are you planning to hold the property? Are you planning to buy from the resale? What is the condition of the property? Does it require any maintenance, repairs? Roof is leaking, it's an old roof, you need to change the roof. Inside requires new appliances, because under Residential Tenancy Act, you have to provide a half decent property for comfortable for the tenant, to make sure they can enjoy that privacy and that house. So if house has challenges, you're going to be spending more time and money to maintain that. It costs you more, you may end up paying more. So these are the things that when you are working with clients, because as you know, I'm a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. I'm a certified real estate specialist. I'm a certified international property specialist. I'm a broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. I do all detailed due diligence as required by law and as my profession as a code of conduct. Being a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada, we have the highest national ethic and professional standard across Canada that we follow. And you can call me anytime and have any questions. My phone number is 905-785-9923. You can call me, I can answer your question. Going back to the topic again. So, process of buying a property. Because when you are buying a property, you have looking at income, you look at the condition of the property, what is the cost of repairing that property, make sure it is occupied. Sometimes you can buy a property that is already rented. So you don't have to pay for someone to list the property and rent it. It's already rented. So you have income coming. So cash flow is very, very important. So you have done, so either you bought from brand new property, because if you buy a brand new property, for example, let's assume you're a small investor, you buy 1 or 2 properties, then you have a builder, it has a 10-year warranty. Make sure they are registered with 10-year warranty. And you have not only first year, everything is covered, then you have a second year, you have a major issues, leakage or other issues that are covered. Then you have a 7-year structural warranty is covered. So that means 7 years you don't need to worry about too many things in the house, because the new house, new technology, more efficient, energy efficient houses. Everything is new, appliances are new. You don't have to think about many things that you normally buy when you buy an older home. It all depends, because sometimes a renovator will buy a home, good location, good size, and they will renovate the house, and depending on their plan, they will renovate and put back in the market for resale and make reasonable profit. So this is a renovator. The builder will build the houses and sell it to the consumer or to the investors. Developer will always develop properties, and they either go to the builders to build it, or they sell it to the builders. So it all depends what you're doing. It's very, very important that you are using a proper property manager, managing your property. Let's say you have multiple properties. I'm a member of Real Estate Institute of Canada and board director of Toronto chapter. We have a designation called CPM, Certified Property Manager. If you are doing a larger transaction, you should visit reic.ca and find out wherever you are across Canada and who's a property manager who can help you. They have a designation called CPM. Important thing is they are educated, they're certified, they can guide you and make you be successful in buying, maintaining your property because it's a value. Now, managing the property is a step 4 is that managing the property is a very tedious job because safety is an issue, maintenance of the building is an issue, quality of tenant is an issue, privacy laws are is an issue, maintenance of the building is a big issue that you have to make sure it's safe, people can come in, they can enjoy it, appliances, mechanical systems, that's an issue. So property manager will take all headache away from you. But it's a cost of doing business. So this is very important. You think about that, is that when you are buying a property for investment that you have already thought about getting your mortgage loan, you already got down payment, you already working with a real estate professional who's guiding you to get a right property, he did the analysis, and then you are getting someone to manage the property. So no removal. Somebody can slip and get hurt. They're going to sue you. And how you can protect yourself? To make sure in winter, they will make sure there are salt placed on the property so nobody slips. You have a mat inside the hallway to make sure nobody walking on it. And that's why you have a home insurance and you also have rental insurance. This is why it's very important that these things are discussed. Now let's assume you got the loan, you got the property, you secured the property. Now your money is tied up. This is step 5. Your money is tied up now. You have already invested. So you need to make sure that money that is tied up, you are able to handle it for the period of your projection that you have. You went to the bank, you took a loan, and you told them you're going to hold this property for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever period that you specified, and you are not able to do other things. Because now, when you made a commitment, let's say for 3 years, now you have your house will appreciate in 3 years period of time. We have seen the trend. Most of the property in 5 to 10 years have double. So your property, you will have more equity. At that time, you will think about looking to refinancing and see you are able to buy another investment property. It all goes back the circle from bank loan to down payment, to search the property through realtor professional, then managing the property, and the tied up with your loan that you already have held, how you're going to use those assets to leverage them to buy more investment property. In the history has told us that prices of real estate are growing so rapidly fast that it's getting reach of the average citizen. In Mississauga now, for example, a condo apartment is 500, 550,000. Town average, depending on is a condo, a townhome with a parcel of tied land, we call them POTL, or freehold. Each one has a different price, up to 800,000. So this is why sometimes you go out of the town to invest money. We have some projects that are coming up with City Pro Realty Project exclusive. If you're looking as an investor, give us a call, 905-785-9923. We have some projects coming up. We will be announcing them very soon. Subdivision is building in St. Thomas. So I welcome you to call me at 905-785-9923. Again, you cannot stretch yourself so thin in case there is a change in market condition because of economically, COVID has affected everybody globally. We are in a second wave now. Safety is an issue. We're keeping social distancing. Mostly work is done remotely and business is not as usual. We have adopted new technology, new system to accommodate and do our business in a way that we are not harming and we are helping our fellow citizen and our clientele to make sure you put a roof at the head of your family, because very, very important. House is very important. So we're talking about here investment properties. It all depends what you want to do. Every scenario is different and we have to think about those, every item, how you are investing, when you are investing, what type of investment you want, when you want to cash out your investment and you go back and start the cycle again. Now we're going to take a small break, but before I do that to the break, you are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the globe. If you are a builder, you are a realtor, you are a developer, you are a renovator, you are a mortgage broker, call us, Awaz Entertainment, 647-484-0018. If you are watching or you subscribe to Realty Coffee Talk, you will get a very special promo from Awaz Entertainment. So I'm going to ask you, go visit. We have almost 3.7 million followers, viewers watching this program every month. This is Realty Coffee Talk is broadcast live on Awaz Entertainment channel 580, Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. So we're going to take a short break and we'll get back to you, Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz TV.
Welcome to City Pro Realty. We are 100% Canadian family-owned real estate brokerage. If you are thinking of buying or selling residential or commercial real estate, think of us. Call us. We are one-stop solution provider for your real estate needs. Our passion is real estate. Your success is our priority. Our commission plans to meet your budget. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. A family serving family. To search for sale properties and free reports, visit www.citypro.net.
डिक्सी और एग्लिंटन के इंटरसेक्शन पे तशरीफ लाइए ज़ौक़ रेस्टोरेंट, जायकेदार लजीज खानों का मरकज, पाकिस्तानी, इंडियन और हक्का चाइनीज। आप हमसे लाइव बारबेक्यू और कैटरिंग के लिए राब्ता कर सकते हैं। राब्ते के लिए हमारा नंबर 9056257786।
ज़ौक़ रेस्टोरेंट, ज़ौक़ वालों के लिए।
4 बजे देखिए आपका किचन विद शहबाज गोरी। सुबह 5 बजे देखिए सितारे और हम। 5:30 बजे देखिए मैसेज ऑफ मर्सी। शाम 6 बजे देखिए दीन और दुनिया। इस्लाम इन मॉडर्न टाइम मजर अयूब के साथ देखिए हर मंगल शाम 6 बजे और हर जुमा शाम 5 बजे। थिंक अबाउट इट सलमान कुरैशी के साथ हर मंगल शाम 7 बजे। रियल्टी कॉफी टॉक ताहिर कुरैशी के साथ देखिए हर जुमेरात 7 बजे। टुनाइट टॉक रिजवान असलम के साथ हर जुमे को 7 बजे। देखिए तकरार कीजिए तकरार समीना जबीन के साथ रोज रात 9 बजे। आप देख रहे हैं आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट, आवाज आपकी, चैनल हमारा, जुड़िए हमसे।
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Welcome to City Pro Realty. We are 100% Canadian family-owned real estate brokerage. If you are thinking of buying or selling residential or commercial real estate, think of us. Call us. We are one-stop solution provider for your real estate needs. Our passion is real estate. Your success is our priority. Our commission plans to meet your budget. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. A family serving family. To search for sale properties and free reports, visit www.citypro.net.
Rai Qureshi, I'm your host. Tonight we are talking about real estate investment challenges that you face, how to deal with them. We talk about first step, arranging bank loan, because bank is going to give you the best deal in terms of financing. Because cost of buying a property is very important to have a good bottom line. At the end of the day, if you have a good mortgage loan from the bank and your cost of borrowing is less, you will be able to gain more equity and saving. Profitability will increase. Second step, you have already arranged. Step two is down payment. You already arranged the down payment because you are organized. You don't have to last minute struggle to arrange down payment because bank wants to see that you have this money sitting in your account for 90 days. So make sure that you are not borrowing money from as a loan and declaring this is your money. There is a lot of stringent due diligence being done by mortgage brokerage, and to make sure that we know your source of deposit. Is it coming from equity of your house? Is coming a loan from your family or gift from the family, or you have saving, RRSP, or other saving you have in the account, your investment that you're using. This is why it's very, very important. It's going to affect you. Then you have selected a realtor to help you buy the property. Selection of property is very critical because it's going to generate income, and that's why you are investing in the property. If you're going to rent it, then last is to, if you rent it, you have a property management process. There's a lot of hard work to keep the good tenants for a longer time. Let's say you have a triplex or fourplex or larger building. Anytime anybody leaves, you have to go through the process of recruiting a new tenant. It's going to cost you money and it's going to hit your bottom line because if your vacancy based on the total income is reduced, it's going to affect you the bottom line. What you're going to have a gross net income that coming to you, especially when we look at net operating income and see how much after paying all the expenses, what is your net operating income. So this is why it's very important. And you have tied up all your asset in properties, and therefore you have to be putting a thinking cap, what is my next steps? How I'm going to continue my investment. So now the most important thing that when you are thinking disposition of a property, or we're going to talk about exit strategy, is valuation of your property. How frequently you go and connect with your realtor to make sure you are being updated what's going on in the market. You bought the property, you rented it. Now you want to know every 3 months or 6 months, depending on the tenure that you plan to keep the property, make sure you stay in touch with your real estate professional if he help you to buy the property, especially for resale. Right now, I tell you that almost every builder is working with realtors to help them to negotiate the deals, because before in the past they did not use realtor too much. Now they are cooperating. So I recommend all my viewers that if you are buying a property, even from the builder, speak to realtors. Buying from a builder is a very complex matter because there are lots of levies, development charges, trees, levy for education, so many things involved that your realtor can help to put a ceiling cap on the cost that will be over and above your purchase price. I just finished last night, two deals for brand new house to be built, where we put cap on those areas where there is escalation is possible. For example, you bought the property today, but property taxes in 2 years from today will be different. So there will be adjustment for the property taxes, any levy that is changed. For example, the builder pays $50,000 as a development charges, and they got the approval, permit, everything done. But by the time the property was built, costs will go up. They increase some other levies. Those are reimbursable, and if you can put those as a ceiling cap, you will limit that risk. At the end of the day, what will be the value of your property after 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, whatever the plan that you have? This is very, very important, because you are planning now exit strategy. That's a valuation is your sixth, where you know what is the value of property. As a real estate professional, we give you estimated market value of a property. When the property is sold in MLS through the advertisement, exposure, open market, full open competition, real exposure, that is real value of your property when it's sold. And that's why we use most recent history of transactions to use in a comparable market analysis when we are listing the property. So when you are listing the property, make sure your real estate professional will provide you it's called CMA, comparable market analysis, CMA, so you know what the value of your house is, because you're planning now to sell this property and you got this valuation. Or you can hire a appraiser to get you, because it's an investor property, it's a cost of doing business. For tax purposes, you also need appraiser. So that appraiser will give you an estimated value of your property in case you decided that you want to dispose of, and then you may decide to keep it another year. At least you know what is the value of your property at that time. Is it going up, going down, stalemate, or you continue with the process, how long you want to keep it. So this is why valuation is very important, how long you plan it, because this should be part of your planning when you're thinking about investing property. What is your exit strategy? At what stage of the time, based on market condition, you have reports available to us. It shows the trend. You can look at the street, type of the property that you have, what is going up. Right now, year over year, for the last report we got September, over 10% detached, semi and condo townhome, 10% year over year, from 19 to 2020. So that means minimum 10% increase. So now when we get October, we will know what the status is in October. Still, people are buying it. Supply is increasing a little bit. But that time you have to decide now, this was my goal. When you're buying a property, you put together a small plan. How are you going to get the loan? How are you going to get the down payment? Which realtor you have to select to help you the deal, make deal, who's going to be my property manager to maintain the property. Then I'm going to deal with the appraiser, because when you are putting more than 20%, bank will do the appraisal. Anything over conventional mortgage, 20%, there is no guarantee for a CMHC from then. You have to get an appraisal. The bank will get appraisal because their money is on the risk. They do appraisal, so you have the first appraisal, and then 3 years down the line when you're ready to make a decision, you have another appraisal. Then you are able to say, okay, based on this, this is the profit I'm going to make. This is cost of selling. Let's sell it. I make money, and then you'll be able to increase your investment or diversify your investment in different area. So I hope tonight's program, Real Estate Investment Challenges, is very diverse. It depends what type of investment. Are you buying a single house, duplex, triplex, high-rise building, buying from resale, buying from a builder? all props and cons need to be discussed. So we talk about these things to make sure you have understanding and you have a trust in real estate profession. Realty Coffee Talk is about increasing awareness and consumer trust in real estate profession. You're watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm your host. If you have any question about the program, you can call 647-484-0018 or my direct number 905-785-9923. I'd be more than happy to help you. Be careful. We have a second wave of the coronavirus. Keep the social distance, wear your mask, use sanitizer, and whenever you go out and see the property, be careful, be respectful, and may God bless you. And we also pray for our health professional who are keeping our all fellow Canadians safe. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. on Awaz Entertainment.